Before we deconstruct the terrifying fragility of a traditional career path and exact mathematical blueprint required to survive the 2026 economic volatility, I have exactly three critical questions for you to answer in the comments below. Number one, are you currently relying on a single centralized corporate paycheck to fund your entire existence, completely blind to the fact that you have engineered a catastrophic single point of failure? Number two, do you understand the lethal structural difference between being resilient, merely surviving a crisis, and being anti-fragile, actually profiting and expanding because of the crisis? Number three, if your entire industry faced a massive automated disruption tomorrow morning, do you possess the highest friction, unautomatable skill set to command a premium, or are you an easily replaceable journalist? Let me know your answer. For those who are new, I'm Dr. HR. I approach the global labor and capital market not with the emotional, comforting advice, but as a cold, structural, algorithmic system. I hold a PhD in human resources, a master's from prestigious Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TIASIS in Mumbai, and a bachelor's in computer engineering. Operating on the ground here in Dubai since 2010, consulting for Tier 1 corporate entities, sovereign wealth funds, and apex tech founders across the Middle East and India, I monitor exactly how global talent acquires maximum leverage and how it systematically destroys its own value. The market does not reward you for clinging to a fragile illusion of safety. It rewards absolute, uncompromising structural dominance. The traditional 9 to 5 corporate ladder is mathematically dead. It is no longer a path to security, it is a massive liability. We are entering an era defined by continuous aggressive economic volatility. The AI revolution, geopolitical friction, and shifting capital market guarantees that the next decade will be chaotic. To survive, you must stop acting like a fragile employee and start operating as an anti-fragile architect. We are tearing down the corporate mirage, exposing the lethal danger of centralized risk, and giving you the exact architectural blueprint to build a career portfolio that doesn't just withstand economic shocks, but uses them as a fuel to accelerate your wealth. Stop managing your risk. Start engineering your upside. Grab a notebook. It is time to architect your anti-fragility. Phase 1. The fragility of a corporate mirage, the centralized risk. We must first diagnose the exact debilitating economic illusion that has paralyzed the global workforce from Bangalore to Silicon Valley. For the last 40 years, society sold you the narrative was simple. Go to the good university, secure a full-time 9 to 5 job at a massive conglomerate, keep your head down, and collect a steady paycheck. The steady paycheck was framed as the ultimate symbol of security. In June 2026, that steady paycheck is ultimate symbol of centralized risk. Let us run the physics of a traditional employee. If 100% of your income, your health insurance, your visa status, and your professional identity are tied to a single employer, you have engineered a catastrophic single point of failure. You are standing on a glass floor. If that company mismanages its AI transition, loses a major client, or execute a massive downsizing algorithm to protect its margin, your income drops to zero instantly. You're perfectly exposed. You are fragile. The amateur response to this fear is to try and become resilient. A resilient employee updates their resume, networks aggressively, and hopes they can survive the layoffs and bounce back quickly if they lose their job. Resilience is noble, but it is a defensive, losing strategy. A resilient system merely withstands the shock and return to its baseline state. It does not grow. The sovereign operator must become anti-fragile. The concept of anti-fragility, popularized by Nassim Nicholas Taleb, described the system that actually gains from the disorder. A fragile system breaks when dropped. A resilient system survives when dropped. An anti-fragile system gets stronger when dropped. If your career is built on a single centralized corporate node, you are inherently fragile. To survive the 2026 automated economy, you must dismantle the dependency and become the anti-fragile architect of your own labor. Phase 2. Engineering your career portfolio. The Barbell Strategy. How do you physically build an anti-fragile career? You must stop treating your professional life as a single linear trajectory and start treating it as an institutional investment portfolio. You must execute the strategy of diversifying income streams across decoupled industries to neutralize market shocks. If you work in a tech, Your side income should not only rely on tech. You must bridge the gap into physical real estate, localized e-commerce, or decentralized consulting. The core architecture of this portfolio is a barbell strategy. The barbell strategy is designed to protect you from catastrophic ruin while exposing you to an infinite upside. You do not place your career in the safe middle ground because the middle ground is exactly what AI is currently automating. You build your career on the two extreme ends of the barbell. End one, extreme security, the baseline. You secure a highly technical, high friction, unautomatable role that guarantees your cash flow. This is your foundation. It covers your lifestyle, your investment, and your biological survival. It is not glamorous, but it is mathematically secure. End two, extreme speculation, the upside. You use your remaining cognitive bandwidth to engage in high upside speculative venture. You launch an AI-driven micro SaaS, you build a high-leverage content channel, or you advise early-stage startup for equity. These ventures have a high probability of failure, but if they hit, the payout is asymmetrical and life-changing. You expose yourself to massive upside without ever risking your baseline survival. You treat your professional life as a series of low-cost, high-yield experiments. When the market experiences a shock, your secure baseline holds you steady while the chaos creates new, cheap opportunity for your speculative ventures to rapidly scale. You profit from the disorder. Phase 3. The high friction moat, securing the baseline. To anchor the secure end of your barbell, you must understand what truly constitutes security in 2026. Security is no longer found in an air-conditioned office managing an Excel spreadsheet. Security is found in high-friction reality. The artificial intelligence currently terrifying the white-collar workforce is brilliant at processing text, analyzing data, and generating code. It is a master of a digital ether. But the AI is completely useless in the physical world. If you want to build an unautomatable baseline, you must pivot into a physical infrastructure, heavy logistics, and real-world complexity. This is the ultimate shield against displacement. The AI can design the thermal cooling systems for a massive data center in Dubai. It cannot physically weld the high-pressure coolant pipe. The AI can analyze global supply chain inefficiencies. It cannot stand in a port in Mumbai and negotiate a high-stakes real-time dispute between angry logistics contractor. The AI can draft a flawless HR compliance policy. It cannot sit in a boardroom and navigate the intense biological fear and the ego of a CEO facing a massive corporate restructure. You must secure roles that require an unautomatable biological judgment, physical presence, and high-stakes legal accountability. When you operate in the high-friction zone where the digital world collides with the messy biological reality, you become incredibly difficult to replace. This creates immense leverage. When a systemic crisis hits, a supply chain collapse, a cyber attack, or a mass downsizing, the company fires the smooth digital administrators. They double the salary of a high-friction operator who actually keeps the physical lights on. Phase 4. Specialization over administration, the death of a journalist. To further secure your anti-fragility, you must aggressively liquidate your generalist tendencies. The value of a generalized management degree and a broad leadership skills is collapsing in real time. In an era of a hyper-efficient algorithmic oversight, a corporation does not need a $150,000 a year MBA to route information between departments. The AI does the routing instantly. You must advocate for deep, unyielding technical mastery in niche domain. You must become the apex specialist. When you specialize deeply, you operate in a zone where the cost of error is mathematically too high for a corporation to trust an automated system. An AI can write a generic marketing email. But if a sovereign wealth fund is executing a $10 billion cross-border acquisition between the UAE and India, they will not trust an LLM to navigate the complex localized tax codes and regulatory compliance law. The cost of a hallucination or an error is billions of dollars. They require a biological expert who possesses deep vertical mastery and holds absolute legal accountability. Specialized expertise act as a powerful antifragile asset. As the surrounding economic landscape becomes more unpredictable and chaotic, the value of a generic administrator drops to zero, while the value of a hyper specialist who can actually diagnose and fix the specific structural failure skyrockets. Journalist drowns in chaos. Specialists command a premium to solve it. Phase 5. The volatility advantage, the disorder premium. The final phase of an anti-fragile architect is a complete psychological inversion regarding how you view the economic downturn. The traditional fragile employee is terrified of recessions, market crashes, and AI disruption. They view volatility as a threat to their survival. The sovereign operator views volatility as a catalyst for rapid advancement. When the market is stable and predictable, the legacy hierarchies dominate. The old guard holds the power, the career ladder is rigidly defined, and an advancement is slow. It takes 20 years to become a vice president. But when a massive volatility strikes, the old structure shatters. When a new technology violently disrupts an industry, the executives who relied on the legacy systems are paralyzed. They do not know how to operate in the chaos. This creates a massive power vacuum. If you are anti-fragile, you possesses the high friction skills, the specialized niche expertise, and the speculative barbell venture. You do not hide during the crash. You step into the vacuum. You capture the disorder premium. You use the chaos to leapfrog from the established hierarchies. When your competitors are panicking and the legacy firms are failing to adapt their cost structures, you deploy your agile, high-velocity solutions. You acquire distressed asset cheaply. You negotiate aggressive equity deals because the corporation is desperate for survival. You finalize a blueprint for a career that doesn't just withstand the next decade, it is built to be fueled by it. Look closely at your current professional architecture. Are you a single point of failure waiting for a market to decide your fate? Or are you a diversified, highly specialized, high friction operator who grows stronger every time the system shakes? The 2026 economy will break the fragile. It will ignore the resilient. It will crown the anti-fragile. Stop optimizing for safety. Start architecting your exposure. Master the barbell. Dominate the high friction reality and force the global economy to pay you the absolute premium for your ability to thrive in the fire. Process the data, execute the strategy, and I will see you at the top.